Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. We are coming to you from Sparta, Kentucky at the Kentucky Speedway. Melissa and I are in the area, and you'll learn about that in an upcoming video why we're down here. But I wanted to stop by the Kentucky Speedway because I actually worked on this project when it was built. I believe that was in 1998. I did all the blasting here, and it was a couple million-yard job. It was a really big project. And the Speedway is no longer in operation now. I was kind of surprised to find that out. Only lasted about 24, 25 years.
July of 2020 was the last race.
July 2020 was the last race. I think there's a guy named Jerry Carroll and some investors built this facility. It was about $158 million, I think, is what they spent back then, which today, that'd probably be about $1 billion, but they sold it several years ago to a big company, I think Speedway Motorsports or something. They own a bunch of tracks, and they no longer operate this facility. But while we were down here, we discovered something pretty crazy. So you're kind of looking into the sun right here, but that's the Speedway right there. There's the tunnel. That is a 1.5 mile tri-oval track. But as far as you can see, all these parking lots, all the way around, all the satellite lots, whole way around that way, there's over 40,000 Super Duty trucks parked here that are unfinished.
It seriously looks like 100,000. The lots are just filled bumper to bumper.
Brand new, unfinished Super Duties. Now, scattered about all these Ford Super Duties, there are maybe a couple hundred Ford Expeditions, but the overwhelming majority are Super Duties. And it's an amazing sight to see. It really is. Just thousands and thousands of new trucks, and I think most of them are just missing chips. That's all they're missing to complete them and get them to the dealer. We got in the truck here to get out of the wind for a second, but yeah, mostly from what I'm reading, these trucks are just missing chips. And a lot of people wonder how many of these chips are in a truck. Well, in a typical F-250, there's anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200, you know, little semiconductors that don't do much to big chips that run whole different entertainment systems and things. But it is just crazy. You know, back in August, they said this was almost all empty. And here we are. What is the date today, Melissa?
The 25th of September.
Or no, it's 24th. Yeah.
Oh, 24th.
September 24th, over 40,000 Super Duties here at the Kentucky Speedway. It's just incredible. Now, we ordered a Ford Bronco, and we got it just a little over a year ago, but it was kind of the same situation with it. It went to a satellite lot for a few months until they could get the chips to finish it. But the word I got was, you know, things were slowly starting to get back to normal. Doesn't look like it at all. Just an incredible amount of vehicles sitting here. And just some quick math, if these trucks sold for $50,000 each, which you know they're a lot more than that, they're all Super Duties, 40,000, that is $2 billion worth of inventory sitting here at the Kentucky Speedway. Now, we did see some buses in here that were bringing people in, hauling, you know, running some out of here. But boy, can you imagine how long it would take to clean?
Yeah, and you almost need to bring the chips here and just go into the pit.
Yeah.
Install them and then drive them out, or
drive them to the dealer.
The dealership, come pick them up.
Well, I'm telling you, things are screwed up though. They are. To think that $2 billion worth of inventory can just be sitting here at a racetrack that's not even in operation anymore.
It's crazy.
But this job down here, it was something else. It was kind of a fun job when I worked down here. And like I said, it was a couple million yards of dirt. I did all the blasting, all the rock. There was never any really hard rock here. It was mostly shale, but it was tight to dig. And anything we could do to speed things up. So we did a lot of blasting here. Big shots. Like 50, 60, 70,000 pounds of explosives in each one. And they ran a bunch of real big equipment, 777 rock trucks, I think a 992 loader and a big Komatsu WA 900, I think it was, and moved all this dirt down here. And looks a lot different than when I was here 25 years ago. I look a lot different than I did 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty crazy. We'll get some more video for you driving around here. I hope the video does it justice, though. It's like humbling or something. They're just filled, lined up. Like I said, as far as you can see, 40,000 plus trucks in one spot. It's crazy. So we're going to hold off on telling you guys why we're in Kentucky, but I think we should show them. What do you think, Melissa?
Yeah. We got a puppy. This is Axel. He just woke up from a nap.
Tell them how Axel's related.
Yeah. Axel's dad and Archie's dad are the same dad.
So what, they'd be like stepbrothers?
Yep.
He's adorable, though.
He is
just perfect.
A spitting image.
We've always had golden retrievers, and they're great dogs, and we love them to death. And we drove an awful long way to get this puppy, and we're pretty excited.
Yes, I'm very excited. Very excited.
Everything just kind of worked out, how we found them, and we had some help from some other people. And
Right. We were able to connect with this breeder in Indiana, and the mom is Promise and the dad is Bourbon. And like I said, that's Archie's dad, and we're so excited. I think he looks so much like Archie did.
He's a little sleepy.
He is a little sleepy. Yeah, we're just gonna let him walk in the grass.
Yeah.
Get him out and moving. He's been good so far, but you know, it's kind of like having a baby. When they sleep all day, they're awake all night.
Yeah, we got about 6 hours to go to get home.
Oh, okay. He's not camera shy.
Well, we made it home. We got home late last night. Well, actually, I guess you could say early this morning. We got home about 2 a.m. So we were introducing the puppy to the other dogs, and Eva was excited to see him. So far, the other dogs are doing pretty good. Archie wasn't too sure at first, but he's just now starting to play with him a little bit, and I think he's thinking this guy's pretty cool. So that all worked out good. You'll be seeing more of the puppy in upcoming videos. But I just did a little bit more reading on all those Super Duties at the Kentucky Speedway. Back on August 16th, they had that lot completely emptied out. So all those trucks have been placed there since August 16th, which is pretty incredible. And most of the missing pieces are the chips. They also said there's some other supply chain issues as well. And Ford also made a statement that they spent an extra $1 billion on parts and supplies in third quarters just due to inflation. So things are pretty crazy, but that was a sight to see. I hope the video kind of does it justice, because just standing there and seeing $2 billion worth of trucks in one parking lot, well, several parking lots, it's just amazing. It really is. And that Speedway, that was kind of actually a little depressing. You know, I worked on that 25 years ago. 25 years ago, and to see it now, I mean, it's still in good shape, but you can tell it hasn't been used. The grass is starting to grow up. Some things need replaced and painted and things like that. It's crazy how when something's not being used, nature just kind of takes over again. But who knows, maybe they'll get some more races at that track at some point, but right now doesn't look like anything for the foreseeable future. I got to tell you a funny story about that track before we wrap this up. The job I was on when I was down there. It's about six and a half hours from here. And I actually got two good stories. And I would leave like midnight, Sunday night, drive all night, get down there in the morning and go to work all day. Well, one trip, I'm heading down there, and I tell you what, I was tired. I was really tired, and I wasn't going to crash. I said, I'm just going to pull over, take a little nap in a rest area, and then I'd be good to go. So it must have been about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I pulled over, take a little nap, kind of throw the seat back in the truck as far as it will go, and I woke up, and it was daylight. I mean, it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I still had like 2 hours to get to work. I was never late for work. I hated it. But I got there, and the superintendent's like, "You're running into some trouble." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I pulled over to take a little nap, and it was a little longer than what I thought." And he just laughed, you know, no big deal. But the other story, I was down there on a Saturday afternoon, and I had a big shot loaded. I don't know if you guys are all familiar with drilling and blasting, but you drill holes in the ground, you load them with explosives up to maybe 10-12 feet from the surface, you backfill them. It's a whole thing. You know, all the holes go off individually. It looks like they all go off at once, but this was a big shot. Must have been 60,000-70,000 pounds of explosives in the ground, and that can create a lot of dust when the shot goes off. Well, it was a very calm day, no wind at all, and I shot this shot. And man, the dust just kind of settled in. The racetrack is right there beside Interstate 71. Well, everything went good, so I thought. I go over to the job trailer. We had a diesel tank there for on-road fuel, filled up my truck, my work truck, and I'm ready to go home, right? Well, I had to go south of the track a little bit on these back roads to get back on 71. I get on 71, I'm hammering home. Come around the first bend, and traffic is like at a standstill. And I'm like, what in the world? And here the whole valley was just filled with this dust from the shot. No one could see where they were going. Fortunately, there were no accidents or anything like that, but everyone's just kind of creeping through there. And man, the wind was not picking up, dust everywhere. I'll never forget that. I kind of just, you know, kept my head down, made it through traffic, and was on my way. But I was actually the one that caused all that. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. A little different than what you're used to seeing. One more thing I wanted to mention before we wrap this up. I've been getting some emails from people saying they're not getting notifications again. So that happens sometimes, and some people have been unsubscribed for some reason. YouTube does that as well. So if you're not a subscriber, you enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell icon. And we also try to stick to a schedule, usually 8 a.m. in the morning or 3 p.m. Eastern times. Usually upload 4, sometimes even 5 times a week. But we have a lot of things that are going to get wrapped up here before the weather gets bad, both here at this property and at the West Virginia property. Lots of sawmilling, wood cutting, dirt moving. We got all kind of stuff going on. It has been very, very busy, and I like being busy. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.